All right, y'all. Good morning. It's High Priestess Jamila. How y'all doing? Hey, Unica. Hey, Stevan. Hello. I should have a much my chat room should be filled. I should be getting I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. By now, I should be getting at least 300 to 500 live viewers. My channel has been flagged so much. If you guys were not paying attention, there is a video that I uploaded. I shared the link to my community wall. I shared a link to my community wall, proving that I've been getting lied on and attacked falsely for years. And once again, because of the type of person that I am, I've been holding that information since last year. Okay. So this is something that is going to have to be discussed over and over and over again until things are right. It is. It's going to have to be discussed over and over again in between my other responsibilities on here of getting you guys readings if you're a viewer, putting up content for anybody that decides to become a member. These people on a humbug decided to literally try to ruin a 6-figure per year business, and they did not care, and somebody has got to pay. They have to pay because it is affecting and it is hurting people. And I shouldn't have to live my life like that. I deserve better. I always have. And I've always given myself better. So I'm not arguing and going back and forth with the troll client that they decided to send to my business, who is now obviously, who has always obviously been a part of their hate group against me. I'm not going back and forth with her anymore. She can go on her channel and she can post all day and night. The point of the matter is the proof is in the pudding and what has really affected me. What began to affect not only me, but the rest of the world, potential clients, and people in the public being lied to. What has affected me? What has affected my children? What has affected my family? What has affected the spiritual community? It's not just affected me, it's affected everybody. Is this lie that these people irresponsibly told and keep telling? They're lying about it behind the scenes. They're constantly trying to elude to it. I'm not arguing with nobody about whether or not I have a man. I'm not arguing with anybody about whether or not a man loves me or a man is taking care of me. That no, right now at this point, I am suing. I'm doing a group lawsuit against quite a few people. A group lawsuit for 1 million. I want $1 million. These people, it's time for them to pay up. Hey Eva, I'm not gonna argue with anybody about that anymore. Nobody even has time for that no more. Like last night, because at the end of the day, I started a business and my business is being affected by people who are very irresponsible people. These people do not have or was dealing with the things that I was dealing with. And trust me, I have proof of lost wages. I don't throw away nothing. All these lies that have been said, the main lie that has affected me emotionally, it has affected me financially, it has affected me psychologically, maybe even spiritually, is these people going around lying and saying that I molested Tiffany and trafficked her, which is totally not the truth. So the proof of that was actually uploaded. I spoke about it early this morning. We are not going to deflect away from that. Those people over there that are already posting stuff, like I guess these people think they're just going to post things all day. Post it all you want. Write it on a post-it note. Stick it on your refrigerator, honey. You're not affecting me. What has been affecting my bottom line, and it ain't just about money. Because you know what? I should have been able to help so many people for free, for little to nothing. Because you know what? Sometimes I do that. Okay. Has been this lie that is being told. It ain't just being told, it's being sold about me. Now, I don't care what nobody says. For somebody to be willing to make up such a terrible lie about a person, that person must be important. I'm not a celebrity, but I'm important to this world, and I am taking back everything. I will sue all of you because all of them have affected me. All of them affected me by telling this lie that is not true. And you know what? I'm done. I've never been playing around with these people, but at the end of the day, I am tired of it. And somebody's gonna have to pay. And we all know who I'm talking about. We're talking about all of them. I'll get into names later. We all know. I agree. I believe that Kat set Tiffany up too. Listen, I want to say this about Tiffany. I do not hate Tiffany. I know Tiffany. I know why she did what she did. Tiffany and what she did, what she allowed. Because technically, it was her fault. Because of the evidence that she was giving people, the false evidence she was giving people in these Facebook groups. But these people, when they made the decision to come to the public and consistently lie, and keep in mind, this started in 2014. And it got worse and worse to the point where people were backbiting off of me, able to steal business from me. I was being attacked, investigated over and over and over again. Harassed and stalked, attacked in social media because of this lie that Tiffany was a part of, that she allowed when she knew it was not the truth. I will definitely be seeing all of these people in court. Now, in the meantime, to people that have been watching this situation for years, I spoke to Tiffany's sister shortly after she died. And her sister revealed to me and confirmed how Tiffany lied on people, which is a horrible thing to do. In fact, in those messages and those screenshots that I have, it was found out that Tiffany forced her eldest son to lie on his father to Child Protective Services. This is her sister that told the truth, which she is a wonderful person, always has been. You know, Tiffany spoke about her negatively throughout the years. She actually had like a serious disdain for her sister, and I couldn't figure out why. And I think it was because her sister would not collaborate her story against their mother, which the sister is saying that that is a lie too. So I think that that's why Tiffany had a hatred for her sister. She hated anybody that didn't go along with her craziness. And that's the truth. So the truth was exposed and revealed at about 5 o'clock this morning because I couldn't take it anymore. And you know what? When I went to sleep, I slept the best that I've slept in years. When I went to sleep, it was awful. For years, being treated that way, being talked to that way, having people all but spit in my face on the internet for something that I never did. Yeah, Tiffany, like if you look in those messages, Tiffany forced her son to lie on his father. And I can tell you that that's not that little boy's fault, because that was one of the reasons why I unfriended Tiffany, is because of her abusing him in my kitchen, punching him in the face. So Tiffany had like this physical abuse, psychological hold over her kids, to where if she told them to do something, they better had did it, or they would get beaten. And I was a witness to that, because her little boy came to me, the eldest son came to me and said, please help us. She's only feeding us ramen noodles and barely feeding us that. Yeah, she's definitely going to be a part of the lawsuit, Eva. She is definitely going to be a part of the lawsuit. She's one of the people that's going to get sued. These people want to brag about how much money they make, and these people want to say, oh, we took from you and I did this to you. Well, you know what? Now you need to pay me. I don't even want to hear it. Yeah, whoever that Philly Hood account is, I'm blocking all trolls. If you're not a real person, I don't want you in my chat. Yeah. So I will be doing that because they do owe me money. I have lost a lot of money. It ain't even about the money. It's about it's about the safety. It's about our well-being. It's about people thinking that they can come, and literally the reason why these people think that they can talk to me and treat me like trash is because of that lie. Tiffany lied. Just like she lied on her baby daddy, her mama, and their uncle. She tried to get her sister to lie on one of their uncles. Is basically what she tried to do. And yeah, and Eva, the criminal charges, I am going to definitely do that as well. Criminal charges need to be filed. But I want to do a lawsuit because I want my money. I want my money, and I want pain and suffering. Okay? These people running around here gaining off of my name. You know, for 10 years, it's been campaigns constantly. For 10 years. constantly lying, of me being attacked based upon a lie. It took a few years for them to do it, but after a while, it began to affect me because there was other things that were being done as well. Like, for example, sending people. I believe that some of these people got, I believe that that crazy person got sent to my business. Yeah. So, um, you can't just come out in social media and say, oh, you molested somebody and you trafficked somebody without expecting to get sued. And yesterday, hey, whoever that is that keeps trolling my chat room, come back in here again if you want. Do it one more time. You cannot come to social media and tell sexual lies like that about people. And people are going to learn that because I will be. You can actually take a group of people and you can sue them. Yes, you can. So that's what I will be doing. In the meantime, I want people to go and look at that video. I am going to more than likely leave this video up so that it can be seen and so that it can be heard. And I'm going to put readings and stuff up on my Witch's Broom channel, is what I'm going to do. This video needs to stay up. People need to know the truth. People need to know the truth. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Eva. You're right. I would that was that I think that that was a foundation for all of the CPS calls, the harassment. And then not only that, the spiritual attacks. The spiritual attacks going around the internet telling as many people as possible this lie and getting people involved and in these attacks, and then getting people to spiritually attack me as well, because I have spent the past several years just warding off negativity. That shouldn't be what my life is about. I don't deserve that, especially when I was nothing but a good friend to her. Like, nobody should get the opposite of what they actually are. Like, it's just been awful. It's been awful. And yeah, I'm tired of it. Eva and her jokes. I like how y'all joke though, because sometimes you do gotta laugh at stuff because it can be very heavy. But honestly, y'all, the way that I've been living as somebody that does what I do, and part of the reason why I decided to go ahead and do it as a career is because I was doing it anyway. When you're an authentic empath and you literally process people's emotions, just when and some of the stuff that I deal with, because I haven't even had the time to actually sit down and explain what does it really mean to be an empath. Like, I haven't been able to do that. Like, there's been so much education that I could have given to the spiritual community about all of that, but it's all been shaded by this BS. Well, you'll just keep getting blocked, whoever you are, okay? So, just know that it's I've been saying it's a lie. I've been saying that I don't know what was wrong with Tiffany. I know that me and her, our friendship was kind of off and on. I linked back up with Tiffany when I was in Lawrence, Kansas in 2013. Yeah, it was around 2013. And I could see clearly that there was something going on with her. And then, especially for her to force her child to lie on his father, really speaks volumes to the type of person that I told y'all that she was. And then, not only that, Eva, remember Kat Smith? She could not wait. She could not wait to come on here and lie on these people. This black man that, while I know her baby daddy, and I know he was not perfect. He was not. He was not perfect. Okay. I will say that. But for you to force your son to claim that he molested you, it just shows where her head was at. And then for her to lie on her mother like that. And I should have known that it was a lie because I had known Tiffany for years prior to her telling me that in 2013, and she had never said anything before. So just imagine Tiffany was in an environment where she had access to witches and people doing spiritual work for justice. I'm wondering if she went to any of them and told them to do work on her mother and these people that are supposed to be guilty of crimes that they did not commit. I'm wondering if that happened. See, that's very scary to me. This is the reason why I do not do that kind of work. I do healing work. Okay, I may do some reversal, return to sender. I don't do stuff like that because people can lie. People do lie. I'm not going to attack an innocent person. I'm not going to do work on innocent people for things that they did not do. And yes, you do have to worry about karma. You cannot just you cannot just go and say, "Oh, I'm going to curse people. I'm going to do death magic on people that are innocent of a crime that somebody accused them of committing." You can't just do that. You have to be justified in what you're doing. And so, like I said, and you know what? No, Eve, I never saw Tiffany snorting cocaine. No. But she did admit to me that she has on the phone. On the phone, she was snorting something, and I said, "What are you doing?" And she was like, "I'm snorting some coke," and that was years ago. It wasn't just that; it was definitely the drugs because I knew that Tiffany was popping pills and drinking a lot. But Eva, it was the behavior. It was what I witnessed. It was what I witnessed her do to her son. Okay. Because Kat, now everybody in that sector knows who her family is. And I'm gonna warn Kat. I'm going to warn Kat to not bother her sister or her kids. Because, Kat, I can protect this entire nation. That's how powerful my magic is. So you need to leave those people alone. It has been absolutely disgusting that Kat Smith, after Tiffany died in such a horrific way, for her to still be doing this. It's been disgusting. Just on a side note. And I'm sure that Tiffany wouldn't have appreciated it because she wasn't even into it anyway. The problem was that Tiffany should have went ahead and came clean about the lies that she told. But instead, she took it to her grave, like I said. Okay, she took it to her grave. So all of Tiffany's sister, she's protected. Her mama is protected. All of the people that are involved in this situation is protected. And y'all got to understand that these people must be checked out to lunch. Kat Smith is checked out to lunch. Can you imagine what her daughter went through? Can you imagine? And for her to take that for granted is disgusting. For Kat Smith to be running around here, somebody was murdered. And she's running around here trying to irritate people, lying to people, posting screenshots, trying to prove that I don't have a man. Girl, you know what? Girl, you don't know what I have. You have no idea what I have, but you do know what I don't have. And what I don't have is my business functioning properly because of these lies that was told. No, I'm not wasting my time. I'm actually wasting your time. She wasn't. Once that happened to Tiffany, Eva, once that happened to Tiffany, Kat should have ceased and desisted. Period. I would have left. I would have disappeared. I would not. There's no way. She did not take her life seriously. People that Tiffany did wrong showed her more respect than Kat. So I'm not even going to say that I was perfect during that situation because Tiffany did do me real dirty. I'm not speaking, I've never spoke negatively about her. I just told the truth because I have the right to the truth, not my truth, the truth, period. Because that's not fair. Y'all got to understand that when I do something, I do it. I do it. And what sparked all this was them falsely saying that I'm a lesbian. Because when they say that, they're not only saying that, but they're adding the other lies to it. So that's why I said I've had it. I'm exposing the truth. And I've been sitting on those screenshots for months now. Because what I like to try to do is I like to try to give people the opportunity to decipher the truth. There are a lot of people that clearly don't know. Now, there's been a couple of so-called pseudo psychics out there who they will get sued. There's a couple of people that are going to get sued that are supposed to be psychic. But like I said, a person can be an authentic psychic, but they don't necessarily have to be ethical. A person can be a psychic, but still decide, well, I'm in competition with this person, and yeah, I'll lie, and because I'm a psychic, people are gonna assume I'm telling the truth. Okay. No, I just don't want. I'm not. I don't like trolls. I'm sorry. That yeah. Yeah, no. Especially when you're in here saying things that are not on the subject of what we're talking about. Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk to her about it. And again, it's sad that nobody can have a private conversation. Nobody can have a private conversation without having to screenshot it and show it in social media. You know what I'm saying? But I think that it's important for all of us to be vindicated in the situation, which includes Tiffany's mother and her baby daddy. I don't know who the uncle is, but Tiffany's mother didn't deserve that, the lies that was told on her, and then the baby father. Because I didn't even, I believed Tiffany when she said that. I didn't know what to believe. I'm not gonna say that I believe that the baby daddy did that, but um, but that was confirmation for me. And then also, why would you send your child through that? Why would you tell your child to lie on his father like that? So Tiffany didn't care. That's horrible. She could have had this innocent man put in jail. Okay. And I'm not saying that the dude is an angel. Trust me, I'm not saying that he was an angel. But, I will tell you that if a woman is cheating on you, you don't stay with her and beat her up. So that's basically what I remember about the relationship with the baby daddy, is that's why I say he's not an angel, because Tiffany was cheating on him with everybody that she could, anybody, everybody and anybody, and he would beat on her. Well, you can do this all day and I can hit the ban user button. I mean, do it all day if you want. Do it for the rest of your life, hon. Just keep doing it. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people not knowing me, thinking that I'm somebody else. But back to what I was talking about with Tiffany baby daddy, I think that that is very ruthless. I was always very concerned about that. That's diabolical. That's the only way I can describe what Tiffany did, was diabolical. That's horrible. And you know what, guys? I swear to y'all, I am not lying. After I expose that truth, and I'm gonna check on her sister. I'm gonna keep a close eye on Tiffany. Her kid. I'm gonna keep a close eye on her children as much as possible, but mainly her sister, because I'm gonna make sure that she's protected from any spiritual attacks or whatever. I honestly, to be honest with you, I believe that part of the reason why these people tell a lot of mundane lies is because they don't really have any spiritual power anymore. Please believe that if you are practicing witchcraft, or if you are a witch and you continuously do things over and over again, you can be binded. You can be. So, and I'm not going to show my bindings or whatever, but these people are binded. That's all they can do is lie. So ain't nobody worried about them. and what they can do. Seriously. So, I'll be protecting those people because, nobody deserved that. And it was Tiffany's doing. I don't care about people in social media. There's no way you could ever convince me to lie on an innocent person, but she was doing it to everybody in her life. And I don't care what a person did to you. You don't tell a sexual lie on that person, especially when it involves their child. And the fact that she would even put that thought in her son's head is disturbing. Can you imagine your father not molesting you, but your mother coming to you and telling you to lie about it? So now you have to actually think about your father molesting you. It was sick and it needed to be exposed. And you know what? I breathed easier than I have breathed in a long time since she died because it needed to be exposed. Yeah, it needed to be exposed. It did. It did. In the meantime, I'm coming back for my business. Keep in mind, guys, if I were to, like, literally, mm-mm, because you know what? Not only that, I know for a fact that when Amanda came around, she's riding off of the same lie, trying to ride a broken witch's broomstick. She's riding off of the same lie that the rest of them are. Riding my coattail. I want my business back. Before these people came around, my business was booming. Always. Very good reputation, very good reviews. I'm done playing around with these people. And then at the same time, I'm suing them. And I don't care about this bad element. This girl, let me tell you something. This girl that wants to sit up here and threaten me physically, I'm going to tell you something. I know that there are some people that are skeptical about witchcraft, but you know what? You can be protected from violent and physical attacks. So I'm not worried about that. I'm not. The truth needs to be told. The truth needs to be out there. You know what I mean? No, she doesn't, Stevan. I agree. And I'm going to be honest with you. I, you know, I just, I don't know the circumstances that led up to that. It was very unfortunate what happened to Tiffany because you know what? Tiffany could have came on my platform. I'm not, you don't give up on people. What I would have liked to have saw happen is that Tiffany come on my platform and say I lied about everything. I lied on everybody, and she could have been vindicated and cleansed of all of the lies that she told, and she would still be here. She would still be alive. Instead, she kept this stuff going, and I don't think that it was good for her. I think when you do stuff like that, because that can potentially ruin somebody's life. Like I said, I have received death threats because of it. I have literally suffered poverty. I've never suffered poverty. Never. That's not been a problem for me. Poverty is not an issue. And I suffered through poverty because of this, which it wasn't even a fear of mine. It wasn't even a fear. But, dealing with failed business, yes, obviously I lost money. But you know what? Think about all the other people that lost what they lost, thinking that this lie that was told on me is the truth. Hating somebody for years that they didn't have to. Just the suspicion was suffocating to a lot of people. To a lot of people. And you know what? I want people to heal from that because it was unfair. People that was witnessing it, people being told that, people being hurt, people actually being victims of those crimes and being triggered. That's exploiting people. You're exploiting people emotionally when you lie about stuff like that. You're actually exploiting people, people that have been through that. Why would you exploit somebody like that? You don't even care. You just want to try to falsely make it seem like you're doing the right thing, but you're still exploiting those people. So that's why the truth had to be put out there. And yes, it does matter. Yes, it does. Right. You know what? Even social media is not real life, but you know what? There are many people like myself that utilize social media to advertise their company. That's why I've been here. You know what I'm saying? And I can prove my wages. In fact, the times that I have proved the money that I make at my business, which I'm still making money at my business, just not as much as I'm used to making. Thank you, Eva. Thank you, sister. Thank you. Um, so for me, it's not, a place for me to come and do drama. Like I said, I don't feel that it's anything wrong necessarily with all types of stuff being in social media. But for me, it was for the purposes of business. And when my business started to be hurt by it, and it's been affected, it has, yeah, you can't curse my business. You can't shut my business down through a curse, but you can lie to people and be very manipulative. And that's exactly what a lot of these people did using Tiffany's name. Now, I don't know exactly why. Well, I do know well, I don't know why people are trying to discredit me with screenshots of certain things, but the whole lesbian thing, no. Basically, when they start accusing me of that, it has roots and a foundation in that particular lie. And these people, every time they see my channel growing, every time they see me getting some views, they would start back up every single time. I can't come on here and just put up a simple video, even trying to announce my flash sales, which flash sale is not anything sexual. I don't know why they sexualize everything. I can't even do that without them running behind me. And you can't ever expect those people to tell the truth. They are going to lie through their teeth. They have no morals. They don't care. They're going to always try to spin it because they can't admit that they lied. They don't care about Tiffany's eldest son that was forced to tell a sick lie on his father. They don't care about the people that Tiffany stigmatized. It's all about winning, 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 and trying to convince somebody in social media. They don't care about the truth. Yeah, I would like to see some people locked up, Eva. I would. I would like to see that for just the years and years of lies, but it needed to be exposed. I'm not going after people that repeated it because not everybody that repeated it because, but the main people that basically literally tried to pretty much shoot me down and lay out a foundation for themselves while sitting up here trying to laugh at my kids for suffering and going through things because of what they did. Now, I still have clients, but when it got down to the point, and see, I believe that there may be some kind of secret website. I've been hearing about a website or something where people can go and do reviews. I'm thinking that maybe that's where some of these lies are being published. Nobody say where it's at. My part with this, as far as dealing with it. So, we need to make the situation viral because I did not deserve that, especially when you think back on me and Tiffany's friendship. Her, like, okay, talk about me, get upset with me, say some, whatever it is that you want to say, but you don't tell no lie like that. You don't tell no lie like that. That's horrible. So anyway, no, I am not suing Mike. He is not included in that. I'm talking about business owners on here who claim that they are my competitors. They getting ready to get sued because one of them in 2023 came back with a campaign that literally we went through hell. Trust me. So, but the video with the receipts exposing it is, I posted it to the community wall. I'm gonna leave this up. I'm gonna let this stay up, and then I'm going to link the Witch's Broom channel because I want people to see this. I want people to know the truth because those people that are lying, trust me, they're saying it all the time. They may not be saying it in the public, but anybody and everybody that will listen to them, they tell that lie to. I know it for a fact. It has been their backbone. And luckily, I'm very good at what I do. But it's time for the truth to be told. It's time for people to know the truth. Okay. I want to give a thanks to all of my clients that I do have. Those of you that I do have, I want to give a thanks to y'all. Um, for believing in me, but it's just not been enough. And it has led to financial turmoil for me, which that's what it was meant to do. It was meant to do that, you know? And what else was I going to say? I was going to say something. Yeah. I just didn't let it stress me out, is what I didn't do. None of this. I didn't let any of it stress me. I didn't let any of it stress me because I think that that was, ultimately. But be careful with somebody, with certain people on here. I'm telling you. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Um, I'm not the type of person to get distracted. Is what I was gonna say. I know on, but this needed to be on the main channel discussed because I have nothing to hide. Y'all need to know what happened. Y'all need to know why it happened so that we can move on from it. Because I deserve to be able to run my business. It's my calling in life. Nobody should try to interfere with somebody's calling in life. That's not right. Obviously, it was something that I was meant to do because I've been doing it for years and having great success at it. And people get jealous. And I don't know why. I, I don't know why. I, for one, like I said, it's not about the money. But at the end of the day, those people deserve to pay me $1 million. I want my money. As far as with the business, you know, people pay themselves what they are worth. Instead, I have been forced to be seen as and treated as and paid as less than what I'm actually worth. And that's not right. That's not right at all. Because people don't know, like, other people may have their spiritual ways that they have, but for me, being an empath, people don't understand. That's just like, I should have been done took some kind of vacation or something somewhere to rest, to relax. And to be honest with you, I don't even do the vacation thing. I should be comfortable. I should be living comfortably. I deserve that. I do a lot for people. I take a lot for people every single day as an empath. And I do a lot for my clients. So I don't deserve to be paid less money for doing the same job, to the point where, my whole life is being compromised. So anyway, honestly, until things blow over, like I said, more than likely, because of course I can go and get a job. People can't just say, oh, well, I want to take all of her business, and why don't you just get off of YouTube and get a job? So I can't do that. But, I can easily get a job. However, a lot of these jobs, they look at people's social media. So these people literally were putting up these lies for the past 10 years, publishing these lies and then putting my full name so that people could see it, so that it would literally screw up my online reputation, preventing me from even getting a job, which meant, we're trying to kill you, Jamila. We're trying to kill your family because you unfriended Tiffany. So me and my family are supposed to die because I didn't want to be friends with Tiffany anymore? Because I didn't want all that chaos around my children? Oh, we're going to make the chaos come to your children anyway. Oh, really? So, anyway, that's pretty much what I wanted to say. I got to go, you guys, and I'll be seeing y'all. Um, like I said, I'm going to link the Witch's Broom channel. I'm going to put readings up over there. It'll be in the next couple of days. Um, Pay no never. Oh, by the way, pay no never mind to these people and their screenshots. uh, because these people don't really actually know what's going on in my life or where I'm at. Nobody should ever be able to be a stalker and a liar and do the things that they do, attack a family the way that they do, and be privileged to somebody's personal information. That's crazy to me. You don't have the right to find out anything about me. So, I gotta go, you guys. I'll see y'all later. Have a good one. Blessings to y'all. Bye bye.